Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Today I wanted to do a video to talk about a thought that I had because of a Facebook post, actually. Everybody knows what's going on right now with the riots and the protesting, the necessary, in my opinion, riots and protesting because of the police brutality and the racial inequality that we have in America. And it's kind of amazing because it's become somewhat of a worldwide civil rights movement, because not only did all 50 states hold protests, but there were other countries holding protests for us as well. And it's amazing. It's beautiful. I love the unity, seriously. But I really wanted to talk about people benefiting from something but never supporting it. That's what I'm going to say. Because, for example, every week, people, they'll look at their checks and they'll complain because of the taxes that get taken out, right? For unemployment, for Social Security, for welfare, Medicaid, all that good stuff. So they complain, yeah? But come time when the COVID pandemic hits and everybody's off of work, now we're relying on unemployment. Now we're relying on Medicaid or, what other government benefits that you are able to get. But now that you're benefiting from it, you love it, right? I love unemployment. You didn't love it so much when you had to support it by paying into it. Okay, this is the example that I'm going to use for people not acknowledging the problem that we have in this country for racism. Okay, and it's especially bothersome to me when I see women that should be very obviously trying to do something to make a change, right? Like, for example, if you're Black, this is a movement that matters to you because it affects you, or it affects your family, whatever. White women that have biracial children that married a Black man or a Black woman, I won't judge or assume or whatever. You get my point. You have made a choice in your life to have a partner that is not the same race as you. You have created life. You have brought into the world these children that are mixed with another race. Okay, and then I see a Facebook post from some teeny bopper saying that she's sick of people saying, where's the outrage from women that are having biracial babies? Like, what? She's upset that people are expecting the white women that have Black children to be more outraged. She's bothered that people want her to be outraged for her children. Because at the end of the day, once you have a child with somebody of a different race, your child is biracial. I don't care what their complexion comes out to be based on their genes and God and all that. There's a little Black in there. That baby's Black. Okay, and if somebody knows that, either by seeing it physically on them or looking at paperwork with the box marked biracial or African American, whatever it might be, or their name doesn't sound like Susan or Karen or Troy when they're trying to get a job, it will affect them. Whether or not you want to admit who your children actually are is irrelevant. It will affect them in their life. And let me tell you right now, the mental turmoil that you're putting your children through by sitting there telling them that they're not Black when they are. You're giving them self-hate before they have the chance to learn how to love themselves properly. That's disgusting. But even if you don't say that they're not Black, right? My kids are half Black. This isn't our problem though. The fact that you can be blind to what's going on, knowing that your children will grow up to be targets, is insane to me. How do you not care? So for this girl to just go on this whole rampant rant about, she is genuinely upset that people want her to care about her kids. Basically, that's how I'm looking at it. And it blows my mind. And it's not just white women. It's a lot of people, for real. A lot of people listen to rap music that is predominantly African American ran industry, honestly. A lot of clothes that we wear, a lot of makeup that we wear, a lot of design styles come from the Black community. I don't know, there are so many things, like, and not even like what's going on right now, but like there were inventions that were given to us, you know, that were invented by Black people. Like, our lives are legitimately better and changed because of the Black people in our community and our history. So for you to just sit here and be okay with them not being treated like they're just as amazing as we are, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all have our own amazing stuff, right? Yeah, but they've clearly contributed enough to be worthy of being equal, at least. Like, just equality. That's all we're asking for. It's very simple concepts. But before I go overboard on one thing, I also wanted to bring up the Muslims, because if I hear one more time, there is no racism in Islam, I'm gonna lose my mind. You are exactly right. There is no racism in Islam. Now, the Ummah, the Muslim community, is full of it, is full of it. Do you know how many Middle Eastern or of Arab descent, I don't know how the proper way to refer to them, because it's a vast, you know, it's pretty much an entire other half of the world. Their families would not accept them marrying a Black person, or even somebody outside of their race, or even go as far as to say, like, they want their kids to marry from their own, like, community that they came from overseas. They'll take their kids overseas to find somebody from their own little hometown, and that's who they want them to marry. Like, it's that serious. I support traditions. I support valuing your own personal ancestral history and your own culture, all that good stuff. But, like, to disown your kids because they have a Black wife or a Black husband or a white one or whatever it might be, that's insane. I couldn't disown my kids or cut them off for anything. They could be murderers, and I just have to, like, beat them and then still love them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how people can really cut their kids off because of who they chose to love. Never mind the fact that they'd be Muslims. They are actual Muslims too. We have Black Muslims in our community. We know this. And you cannot use that as another excuse for saying why racism doesn't exist in Islam. Yes, it does. Because I watch how a lot of non-Black Muslims treat my Black Muslim brothers and sisters, and it's unacceptable. There needs to be more outrage. And if I see another person comment on my post about what's going on right now in my country and my community that affects my family directly, I'm talking about this right now. If you comment on my post saying, "What about Palestine?" I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna freak out. Because not only did we protest for Palestine for years, okay, not just people that are related to or connected to Palestine, okay, we have nothing to do with it. I just happen to be Muslim and care about other Muslims. I care about injustices everywhere. So this was spoken on for a long period of time. Right now, stop gaslighting. Right now, we're talking about racial inequality in America. Worldwide, maybe also, but most definitely where I'm at right now. Where I'm staying, this is what I'm talking about, because my community is being affected, my family is being affected, my friends, people that I know or don't know, but I love you anyways, because you deserve the same equal treatment that everybody else should get. This is what we're talking about. So, this video is me challenging white women, more specifically the white women that have chosen to either have biracial children or be a partner to an African American person in their life. If you have somebody that you claim to be your best friend, that's your girl, that's your whatever, prove it to her. If your children are slightly melanated at all, prove to them that their blackness matters. You love them because they're your kids, but you love them because they're black too. Prove it to them, okay? Muslims, show the world that we care. Show the world that we support equality, justice, change. They think we're stuck in the Stone Ages, that the women are oppressed, that we can't make decisions for ourselves. A lot of people think that there are only Arab Muslims because they can't fathom the thought that there would be a white or a black Muslim because they don't know anything. Show them different. Show them pictures. Show them posts. Do something. If you can't get out and protest, do something to show where you stand right now, because your silence tells me that you're not on my side. I have black kids. I know what side I'm on. Even if I didn't have my kids, I know what side I would be on. This is a very obvious fight. It's everybody versus racism. There's no other question. We want equal treatment for everybody. If you break the law, you are reprimanded and dealt with appropriately. If you don't break the law, you are not presumed to have broken a law in the first place and then beaten half to death or to death. We need change. Can I have my Caucasian sisters and my Muslim brothers and sisters please do more and show me, because I want to see it. I want to see it. Tag me, put a link in the comments. I want to see what you guys are doing. I'm challenging you right now. Can you be the difference with us? That's all I got. I love you guys. I appreciate you for watching. Look forward to more rants and things. And we'll talk soon. Love you guys.